What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. To whoever is watching, listen, bitch. Um, we know, we know it's not the same. Okay, trust and believe. I know, but that's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him. That's just how I feel right now. Okay, it's like I'm loyal to the goddamn franchise, so that's why I'm still reviewing it. But we can all agree that it is not the same flavor. Okay, it's missing a lot of stuff. It is missing a lot of stuff, but hey, we just gonna get through it. If we can get through it. But Love and Hip Hop season, Atlanta season 10, episode 4, Blast from the Past. So we start the episode off where we left off last week. A lot of people had things to say, different opinions to say about Yandy and Infinity. And granted, y'all still looking at her as if she's a teenager. Well, she technically, I don't know, if she's 19 or 20 years old, she probably around in that age, between 18 and 20. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, technically speaking, she is an adult, but she is still a child, because I feel like you're not grown until you're over 20 something. But, hey, she's a young adult, technically speaking. And, she's off at college. You get upset because Mendeecees puts this picture up that basically said that this is all he wanted was his family. You stay at home. You didn't come back to the house for Christmas. So therefore, you could have possibly have been in that picture. And, it is what it is. It wasn't nothing to get so upset about that you had to go blasting stuff on the internet. And people like, yeah, Yandy, she worried about her image. Hell yeah, I'd be worried about my image too. You're trying to paint my household as if we don't give a damn about you. Okay? Plus, it's other shit with Yandy that I understand with that image shit, because Yandy is about image. But in my thing, when it comes to image, regardless, nobody wants to be painted as a bad parent, or, somebody that is neglectful, or, just this disgusting person. Nobody wants to be painted as that way. We see a lot of families fall out and they put a whole bunch of stuff up on the internet and shit like that. And I hate family drama being put out to the public and people being painted this way or whatever. Why are we involved into that mess, And so at the same time, you have to understand, Yandy didn't just kick this girl out because, and some of y'all like, well, you don't turn your back on, your family or whatever. You don't return. No. Some of y'all lived in households where y'all did something, or you seen a family member that did something that was fucked up and they didn't want to follow the goddamn rules. And it's like you had to leave. If you can't follow the rules, leave, okay? You want to be big and bad, leave. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure Yandy and Mendeecees, no, let me take that back. Yandy is still paying for this girl's college tuition. So she did not neglect her all the way as y'all try to make it, or people try to make it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see what's wrong with what Yandy did. All right? You literally had somebody. I'm trying to tell you, this person is not good for you. This person is older and trying to manipulate you, trying to put out false narratives about the family, trying to make me look extremely bad that could look bad in the eyes of, Child Protective Services could probably come in and take the kids, because they gotta do investigations to see if these allegations are true or whatever that was put out there. You know what I'm saying? You're putting the family at risk being with this person. And I'm trying to tell you what's going on, but because you're young-minded and easily manipulated, you think you're old enough and grown enough to do your own thing, you're still gonna go with this person who was doing whatever it was to her, okay? And she's like, sis, you think you big and bad? Go ahead. You can't stay here doing that shit, though. You're not going to disrespect my home. That's where I feel like Yandy is coming from. And we've seen that happen in a lot of families, okay? You don't disrespect the home and think you can get away with it. And like the girl said herself, she has a hard time of receiving tough love. And Yandy was giving her tough love. Fuck that coddling shit, okay? I'm going to just let you do whatever it is that you want to do because this and because that, or what you've been through and all that stuff. No, it don't work that way. She walks away. She knew what she did was fucked up, okay? And all this, you just could have had to listen. And she said sometimes when people are saying things that she knows is right or whatever, she has a hard time of listening to it. And she even said it herself, you know, this time I'm going to listen. And it really broke my heart, because you can tell that that girl really does love Yandy. And besides what everybody else might say, I may be the foolish one who feel like Yandy truly do love that girl. And you know, but I'm gonna tell you something. When Infinity said, I don't want to lose you, bitch, I almost broke down and cried, because listen, that shit touched me. That shit touched me. I said, if y'all acting, y'all doing some good acting, because bitch, that touched my heartstrings for a second. But then, you know, I'm looking at Yandy trying to cry. See, Yandy, this is why people be thinking that your ass be fake. Okay, because bitch, you was trying to squeeze out some tears, and then you was trying to cry in a way that your makeup don't get fucked up. Okay, bitch, I seen all through that shit. I seen all through that. I said all that shit just to say that. Bitch, you weren't trying to cry for real, okay? But hey, it is what it is. I do feel like, you know, they gonna be all right. And like she said, if you want to make it right, just talk to Mendeecees and just clear it up. And of course, Yandy gonna welcome her back home, okay? That's all that it is. And she not really even living at the house. She's in college. So, hey, it is what it is. Moving on from that, we get Rasheeda. You know, she at press, putting up a little promo or whatever about press. And then Miss Charlene come up in there, basically telling her that, you know, Booby, who is her older sister, you know, she's about to have a birthday. She want to throw a little dinner for her. And, you know, she want to throw it at the bistro. At this point, Rasheeda proceeds to tell us that, you know, Booby is her older sister. You know, they call her Booby. They call me Punky. Bitch, and they're going to tell us, so if you see me outside, don't call me Punky, because I'm not going to respond to it. Why you tell us your nickname then? Because if I see your ass, I'm calling you Punky, and I don't care if you respond or not. I'm just going to say the shit just to be ignorant, okay? I'm just saying. Then I found out, girl, this is how much I don't give a damn about Rasheeda. I didn't know she was from my state. I said y'all was born from Illinois? For real? Wow, okay. Keep that shit downstairs. I'm sorry. You know, Rasheeda feels some type of way like y'all throwing a party for her, but you know, I don't get shit from her. I get nothing but a happy birthday and all this stuff, whatever. When my shit come around, I'm like, girl, okay, what's going on? So obviously it's some family drama. You know, you have that black sheep of the family, that one troubled child of the family, and I guess Booby is it. And like Miss Charlene said, you know, Booby done made some bad choices in her life. You know, there's been times where she lost jobs. She had to fire her 3 times, and one of those times was for stealing. You know, she, like Rasheeda said, anytime she called me, it's not just to, you know, say how you doing and I just want to talk to you, just get to know you, or, you know, catch up and all this stuff. It's always a condition on there. Like, listen, I'm calling you because I need $1,000. I'm calling you because I need a place to stay. I'm calling you because I need a new car or whatever. It's always, I need this, I need this, I need this. It's not, I want to just have a sister relationship, sister relationship, you know. And so Rasheeda, if that is the case, Rasheeda has every right to feel that way. Because I don't like feeling used by my own family, let alone by other people. But your family is the worst, okay? And, you know, they just gonna fuck you over in the end. And so, you know, she gonna see what it is. Because like Rasheeda said, bitch, I ain't got time to be worrying about no grown-ass woman when I'm up here trying to get my own shit together. Listen, them motherfuckers owe over $1 million goddamn dollars. They're over $1 million in the red, bitch, okay, on that goddamn restaurant. They got to get that together. Fuck that, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Until you get your life together, girl, I can't help you, okay? You know, and like Miss Charlene said, it's we all enablers, okay? And y'all got to stop enabling people. That's why they keep doing the stuff that they doing and keep coming back. Meanwhile, we get Erica. I'm tired of Erica and Safari at this point. Safari talking about something. He finna drop something, a song. I said, bitch, we don't want to hear no diss song against your wife or whoever the heck it is that's going on, okay? We are tired, all right? Nobody cares at this point. Erica went to Dr. Jackie to get a little checkup on her, you know, baby. I said, look at Dr. Jackie, Jackie making these checks and stuff like that. So she told her how Safari reacted. Dr. Jackie was like, well, you know, and did you catch it when she said, when I first came up in here, my stomach was flat. Now I finally feel like I'm pregnant. I said, see, bitch, you been new. You been new. You been hiding that shit from Safari, okay? You been hiding it from, you been new, all right? But anyway, so She was like, well, you can't blame him. First of all, you can't really blame him to have the reaction that he had, for the simple fact that when you first found out, you sat here for like 10 minutes in astonishment and disbelief, okay? You didn't jump for joy or whatever like you expected him to do. And I'm like, that's understandable that you would say that, Dr. Jackie, but you didn't see the reaction that we saw. That motherfucker got up, which I feel at this point, after looking at this clip again, I feel like that was a reenactment. I feel like that was a reenactment because when he got up, and it was the way that Erica looked. Erica is not a good actress, okay? And it just was showing on her face when she was just like, I said, girl, what? You was giving too much drama, okay, and not enough emotions. You was squeezing it out, but it wasn't coming the way that you needed it to come. And then the way she just sat there like this, I said, that's how y'all gonna react if y'all man just get up and leave and pop a wheelie on the four-wheeler when you just tell them that you pregnant and don't say shit, bitch. No, okay. At the end of the day, if you didn't want a kid, both y'all should have been using protection. And I ain't got nothing else to say for it. It is what it is with Erica and Safaree. So we get Young Baby Tate. She up in the studio, you know, doing rehearsing and stuff like that. Anyway, fast the fuck the forward, okay? First of all, I don't understand why y'all be coming up in there and y'all be dancing and doing all that, you know, physical activity in sweatshirts and stuff like that. Like, you had to take it off eventually because, you know, you gonna get hot. You not trying to work out. You trying not to fast the fuck out, bitch. But anyway, you know, that kind of bothered me. But, she was up there trying to focus on her stuff. And then, you know, she gets a phone call. She gets a FaceTime call from Guap Dad. Her whole thing is, you know, she feels some type of way about the way that he treated her. You know, he was acting one way in front of everybody else, like he was really much more than who he really is. And she basically feel like he left her out to dry. He didn't have her back. He don't see where she coming from. And she literally says, now in the last week's episode, she told us that he was a whore, okay? She told us that he was a whore. So you're allowing yourself to fall for somebody that you already know is a whore, okay? You see how he's acting. You know, he can't be serious for nothing. And you still allowing yourself to fall for this person. Then you continue to tell us on this episode that, I mean, we not girlfriend, boyfriend. Basically, y'all not together. He's not claiming you. You're not claiming him. But, you know, he should be treating you better. I'm sitting here like, ain't no way in hell I'm finna be doing all this for a nigga that ain't claiming me, bitch. I can understand the feelings and emotions if we are claiming each other and you are playing me like I'm a bitch on the street. That's one thing. But, bitch, we ain't even fucking official. We just fucking around. See, you can't be fucking around with your sneaky link, your side nigga, or your plaything or whatever when it's not official, okay? And then you get your fucking feelings hurt because you putting your feelings in because you misunderstanding what the situation is. We not exclusive. I'm not obligated to you. You don't belong to me because you're not my girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. You're not my boyfriend and all that stuff. But don't get into a situationship. Don't make a situationship in your mind seem like it's a relationship when it's not, okay? That's why some people, you know, just fucking random people or just having a friend with benefit type of situation don't work for a lot of people because y'all get that shit, you know, feelings involved or whatever, and that's exactly what Young Baby Tate did, bitch. You know, and then this motherfucker... Y'all should have had Guap Dad on this motherfucker like seasons ago when the show was fucking good because he is a goddamn character, bitch. That motherfucker called her on FaceTime and he was like, so you gonna talk about what happened last night or the other day? And she was like, I mean, I'm just trying to understand why you was acting the way that you was acting and you weren't even having my side. How can I have your side when you ain't have my side? Okay? That's why I was acting like that. Anything else that you say here on out is gaslighting. And then he hung up the phone. I said, bitch, it reminded me when he hung up on Ari Lennox when they was in that live. I said, are you serious? You called her, you gaslighted the fuck out of her and then gonna say that she was gaslighting you if she said anything else and you hung up on her. Bitch, Young Baby Tate, if that ain't all that you need to know, she like, that's my nigga, I'm gonna stick beside him. I said, no, girl, let it go. Let it go. He is showing you everything, all these red flags. Quit trying to make a relationship happen when there is none, okay? what they said in Mean Girls, quit trying to make fetch happen, okay? It's not gonna happen. Meanwhile, we get Rashida, she go over there to Kirk in a new location that they trying to do construction to open up, Press 2.0. I said, girl, okay, I mean, you black business, that's all I'm gonna say, black business. And I'm like, where y'all getting the money for all this, and y'all gotta recoup the money for the bistro. But all right, you know, you do what you gotta do. I mean, you gotta get some income coming in somewhere, okay? You know, and Rashida proceeds to tell Kurt about the birthday party or whatever that, you know, Miss Charlene want to throw, booby. Mind you, they want to throw that shit right then and there because her birthday is that day. I said, bitch, first of all, Rashida, you better than me, because I would have said no. I would have said, at least give me a couple of days. Let's do this shit on the goddamn weekend, because it wasn't the weekend, because Lil Carter was still doing virtual learning, okay? And I'm sitting here like, that damn day? And like Kirk said, so I guess you want me to pay for this shit. He was like, listen, I ain't even gonna get involved in this shit. Whatever they do, but you know, she gonna have to learn to say fucking no, okay? Bitch, I'm just sitting here like, Rashida, you know, and then Rashida gonna go and use this excuse. Well, I mean, maybe this can be an opportunity for us to, you know, get to know each other better and get back on the right track, because, you know, in this pandemic, you know, you never know how long people get. I mean, I guess, but bitch, give me some time, give me more than a couple of hours notice, okay? How you know I got the meat ready for a whole family get together? Bitch, y'all struggling as it is. We supposed to be putting more money into the restaurant, not taking money out. Girl, anyway, users. We sure enough getting a whole bunch of Yandy in this episode, bitch. I'm starting to think about the video that Mama D put up there about how these transplants coming in getting all these things, bitch. We only seen one real ATL couple with persons, and that's Rashida and Kurt. I mean, Young Baby Tay is in this. Girl, Young Baby Tay, you dumb, okay? You are so goddamn dumb. Girl, I'm just listen to your music, because I just have to remember that you are young, and you know, you're gonna make mistakes, and at one point we're gonna have to stop using that you're young, okay? Because you're grown enough to know when a motherfucker is fucking with you and when they are not, okay? I'm just saying. She go meet up, because you are literally on the rise, Young Baby Tay, okay? You are in LA, you're doing photo shoots, your song hit 1 million views, 1 million listens and stuff. I am this, I am great, I'm that bitch. You know, whatever the song is, it's cute, it's catchy, people riding out to it, TikToking it and everything, and you up here getting all this shine or whatever, and you worrying about a no good nigga who don't give a fuck about you like that? Bitch, I'm sitting here like, no, quit worrying about having a relationship with somebody when you are in the process of trying to, you're at your peak. You're at a moment in time right now. You're not even at your peak, but you're gaining so much momentum. And in this time, you should be worried about your business, okay? Fuck trying to get your nigga that you fucking, no, I can't even say that, because you will fall for him. Close your coochie down, okay? Close your poo-poo down, and, you know, just slide, you know, just put it to the side for a second, okay? You need a little relief or whatever, you know, there's always your hands, there's always some toys or whatever if you just need to release some stuff, you know, if you need to cuddle, get you a little friend to cuddle with, and that's it, okay? That's it. Because you can't handle a real relationship. Look how it's messing up your shit. You got this boy that ain't even fucking worth it, got your mind going crazy. You meeting up with him to go talk about the shit, what happened, and he like, you know, what happened shouldn't have happened. You know, you just went savage mode and all this stuff, and you talking about some, well, obviously I can't hold my alcohol, and, you know, when situations get heavy, I just explode and all this shit when I got liquor in my system. I said, oh, so we gonna use that excuse to blame the alcohol. I was like, all right, since that's what we're going, let's go there, okay? No, that's not what it is. You thought that y'all was more than what y'all is, and then you apologized for it, okay? And you was hoping to get some, oh baby, it's cool, let's continue what we doing, let's go ahead and try to make this fresh or whatever, you know, start from the beginning again, or continue what we doing. That was just one thing. Guap said, you know, I like talking to you, I like fucking you, I like being your friend or whatever, but other than that, let's just keep it what it is, okay? Let's just keep it there. Meaning, he's over it and he's done with it. And then when he walked away, he didn't even give you a hug. He didn't give you a pat. He said deuces and walked on off. I said, bitch, and you up here in your feelings about girl. can't get on TV and embarrass myself like this. No, you started off with your music and you went right down into the fucking depths of the rabbit hole over a nigga. You went right to a nigga storyline. I don't like that, okay? Let it be about your friends. I mean, your music. That's what we want to see, okay? We ain't here to see no... Anyway, moving on from that. And speaking of drama, Yandy and Mendeecees and Infinity, they actually had a conversation. And Mendeecees is like, you know, Infinity wants to come back. And she apologizes. And, you know, she was like, do you understand, though, how I could feel left out, okay? Seeing that picture or whatever. And as Mendeecees is saying, which Mendeecees is telling the truth, okay? Mendeecees is telling the truth. I feel that way, okay? His wife, on the other hand, maybe. But Mendeecees, for sure, he's telling the truth. Like he said, this was his first Christmas since he been out of jail in 4 years that he had had all his kids with him. So therefore, he took the picture. And like I said before, had she been there, she would have been up in the picture. Okay? You are getting upset and allowing yourself to feel some type of way that you didn't need to feel because you weren't even there. Okay? And he said maybe it kind of slipped my mind a little bit of what he posted, you know, in the caption, but he wasn't thinking about, well, since she not here, let me not take the picture. No, you the one that missed out. He said I had to sit back for 4 years and watch pictures of on social media of my kids and Yandy being put up and me not being there. I'm not going to tell her to stop taking pictures until I come out. No, that's not how the world works, sweetie. And like he said, she does have, you know, childhood trauma and abandonment issues and trust issues. We all kind of do. Okay, we all kind of do. But, you know, we can't let that overcome us so much. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, she has to learn to communicate because all of this could have been handled with communication. You know, he did ask her. It kind of hard to see y'all cool or whatever because what if something else happened and you take the family business to social media again? That's detrimental, okay? You know, that's betraying a trust. You hard to trust. You can't trust people, and you're not making it easy for me to trust you because of what you're doing. You're taking our issues to social media, and it doesn't need to be that way, you know? But she said she willing to make some steps. He said, I'm here for making the steps or whatever. You know, Yandy said, I think she could come to the house because, you know, the kids miss her. Bitch, Mendeecees stood there for a second. Okay, you know how they made it seem like it was a dramatic ass pause. You know, he was looking at Yandy, and I guess Yandy said in her eyes, you better say yes. So Mendeecees said, yeah, you can come on over. Okay, and the whole thing of it is, as well, Mendeecees don't really know Infinity like that. So, like he said, he has to get to know this girl. And I do like the fact that she was calling Yandy mom. You know, that did something to me. I was like, y'all not finna get me on this ratchet ass, boring ass show. Y'all not finna do that. But anyway, girl, it's a little bit too much in Yandy in this episode. I'm just gonna be quite honest. So, continuing on with Yandy, you know, they surprised the kids with Infinity. Of course, they embraced her. And little Skylar, you know, that's her big sis. You know what I'm saying? That's how she look at it because I had no idea that the girl was with them for 3 years. Okay, for 3 years with Yandy. So yeah, they became cool. Like they close. So, you know, the little girl asking, so how long you gonna stay? And then she was like, you know, as long as you want me to stay. You know, she was like, how about a year? It was like, okay, whatever. Now Yandy has a problem because she was like, and even Mendeecees already was on this page, but now Yandy is like, well, first we said you can come to the house. We never said that, you know, you can stay. You know, what's going on? Like, we went from arguing about a book being put out and stuff being on social media, and now you want to stay. And so she basically said that she is willing to stay. You know, when she came down here and got on the plane, that she had all the intentions of just having a conversation. Now, if y'all want to let her stay, she can stay as long as they want her to. So Yandy and Mendeecees had to go up in there and, you know, have a conversation. And basically, Mendeecees don't trust the girl. Mendeecees don't trust the girl, and it is understandable. When somebody do something like that, that you feel cross the line, and then sometimes it's hard to forgive, and if you do forgive, it's more harder to gain that trust back. And like he said, I thought we were supposed to be working on baby steps. I didn't say anything about you living in the house just yet, okay? But they gonna work that shit out. I really don't care no more. This whole thing with Rashida and her sister, girl, they had a dinner. You got the auntie, you got the grandma, you know, Booby come up in there. I said, girl, how old is you? She over 50, you know, so I'm guessing she either turning 51, 52, because she got upset in her feelings that the mama didn't, you know, throw nothing for her 50th birthday or show up for her 50th birthday or whatever. And, you know, Rashida just giving background information about how they used to be so close. They used to be the three amigas. And, you know, at this point, the relationship just went awry. And, you know, Booby talking about how maybe it's an age difference, because when they was kids, they were close. Now they're not. And, you know, she feels as though Rashida is more closer to her friends than her. And like the mama said, Charlene was tired of the bullshit up in the confessional, okay? Booby don't understand that people just don't want to be around that bullshit that she be doing, okay? She calls this shit for herself, you know? She just be on that shit. And I understand exactly what it is, because Booby was just like my aunt who passed away, okay? My aunt was murdered, unfortunately, but she was just like her, very troublesome, okay? And didn't understand, you know, she had her issues, and we tried. And it makes me mad when I think about it, because towards the end of her life, she was really trying to get herself together. It seemed that way. And as soon as she really took into account that she was trying to get herself together, she got murdered. And it was unfortunate. But basically, they tired of her shit. They don't want to be around that fucked up shit, okay? And she starts to crying, and she wants to be closer to Rashida. Just give me a call and all this stuff. And basically, they gonna work on their relationship. That's what it all comes down to. So we finally see Safaree with his daughter, okay? Erica comes up in there and basically, you know, tells her, tells Safaree what Dr. Jackie said about his reaction versus her reaction, and she apologizes for basically doing too much. You know, she does nag, okay? I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not finna give Safaree all of that. That nigga, he left. You straight up left. I would have been okay with it if he would have just sat there and just been like, no, you didn't. You sat there for a second and got up and left, pop willies and shit like that, okay? But he apologized in the confessions for his reaction, you know, because he didn't want his wife to think that he didn't want to be there. Some shit like that. I was just like, okay, it's a bunch of bullshit that they saying. And, you know, she was talking about what the baby gender would be. How would you feel if you had a son or a daughter, or if you had another daughter, because, you know, his family is nothing but girls. And, of course, he wants a son. And he would feel a way if he had a daughter again. So it is what it is with that. And I'm just doing passive because I really don't care. Just let me get to this part. When the little girl, he finds out he having a son. We already know that. Baby legend. Okay. So the little girl is over there. I don't know how she get over there. Nobody was watching her, but she somehow got her arm entangled into the guitar stand with the guitar on it and fell back onto her back, probably hit her little head a little bit. It startled her, so that's what made her cry. It made her hurt or whatever, because she was a little startled. Erica's like, oh my God, get her, Safaree. Safaree sees it happening. If you go back and you rewind, Safaree sees what's about to happen, because his expression changed the moment he looked at her and he saw what was going on. Erica didn't see it. Erica saw the girl just laying on the floor. But Safaree saw the shit from the very beginning. Like, he had prime opportunity to say, no, get away from that, or to get up and get her before she fell. He watched her fall and then just stood there like this. I said sometimes little babies do shit that makes you laugh. But in that moment, your child is crying, okay? Your wife is pregnant, okay? So probably bending down, she can't bend down as quick as she needs to because she got a big ass belly, your other seed in her way. The least you could do is get your ass up with a quickness, because what if something would have been wrong with your child? And you trying to say, well, you know, she needs to learn that you got to go through pain in life sometimes, and, you know, sometimes shit is funny. No, that is a baby. That is a baby. We laugh afterwards when we understand and see that everything is okay. Okay, sometimes we do be laughing at kids, but this is your child. She's crying out in pain. She's crying out in shock. Get up and make sure that she's okay and comfort her. He couldn't even do that. I said, you know what? I'm over it. That's love and hip hop.